Good evening and welcome to your English news package with Radio and Television Tonga for the hour. Making headlines, 350 students received certificates and diplomas at Dihe's graduation ceremony. Supreme Court declines Eduardo Lavlavo's request to clear his crime records from his police record, and the Samoan singer Tenel encourages people to spend more time with their families and loved ones. Now for the stories in details. The Christ University in Pacific were delighted as Their Majesties King Dupo VI and Queen Nanasipa'u graced their graduation ceremony this morning with their presence. His Majesty King Dupo VI presented 55 qualifications to those who graduated from the university this year, together with those who were presented their honours. The Prime Minister, Honourable Huakameliko, says students should make use of every opportunity they have, especially with the studies, as everything is available now through the use of modern technology. He adds he is happy to see the fruitful results of this academic year, despite the challenges for learning in the classroom due to COVID-19 restrictions.
For the successes that we are witnessing here today, the conferring of degrees and honouring the accomplishment of graduating classes. This compliment extends to the unwavering support of parents and families who sustain the graduating student and their ambition to gain knowledge and skill for their future endeavors. To the graduates today who have demonstrated that good deeds are achieved through dedication, commitment, and devotion to your faith and your personal ambition. We wish you well in the journey that has been paved for you and your future endeavors.
Meanwhile, qualifications were presented including Bachelor of Education in Teaching, Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, and qualifications of Master and other qualifications in Certificates and Diploma. His Majesty also presented honorary qualifications to 4 civil servants in Tonga, including William Clive Edwards Sr., Right Honourable Lord Tangi of Nuku'alofa, William Stanley Waterhouse of Australia, and Minyan Yu from the Republic of China. His Majesty has been the Chancellor of the Christ University in Pacific since 2016, where he first became the Chancellor of the university until this day. During the program, a 1-minute silence was observed as a respect to the founder of the university who has passed away, Dr. Liu Fao Saulala. 350 graduates have received their certificates and diplomas from various areas of field in study during the Tonga Institute of Higher Education's graduation ceremony award this morning. In his remarks, the Speaker of Parliament, Lord Whakawhanua, raised an important question to the graduates. Do you love your families? He encouraged the graduates to always remember their roots, as it is what led them to their accomplishments today. He adds working hard aimed to prepare future teachers of Tonga to teach future generations to be better prepared and very well equipped to meet future challenges in education. For the Tonga Institute of Higher Education graduates, 58 successfully completed their certificates and diplomas in accounting, 52 from information technology, 13 certificates and diplomas from the media and the journalism field, 46 from agricultural science, and 181 graduates from tourism and hospitality. From the media and the journalism division were 2 diploma graduates currently working at Tonga Broadcasting Commission, including news reporter Vaifono Tupola and Finau Fotukawa. The graduation ceremony this morning is historical for the Institute, as this is their last graduation program before these institutions will be graduating from the National University of Tonga next year. The Director of Higher Education, Dr. Raylene Esau, at the program says that despite the challenges faced from the devastation in January, students still press on and were able to successfully complete their studies. The Supreme Court has declined a request by former Cabinet Minister Eduardo Lavlavo, who requested his passport be returned, as it was confiscated by police when he was arrested. He added on his submission that he would like to travel, and for him to travel, he would need his passport. Anasi Forecano tells you more.
According to information released from the Supreme Court, Eduarte Lavulavu filed a request with the court for his passport and other possessions seized by police to be returned to him. Lavulavu also filed a request to lift the court restrictions imposed so that he could apply for a visa to travel to New Zealand. The former cabinet minister requested for the Supreme Court to issue a court order to clear his police record from any crime related to his court case. In the report from the Supreme Court on Lavulavu's case, Lavulavu provided information about his bail, which was granted on September 3rd, but the terms and conditions were no longer valid following the outcome of his case in the Court of Appeal. During his oral submissions in court, Lavulavu added that he also requested to clear the charges made against his wife, another former cabinet minister, Akosita Lavulavu, as they needed to travel abroad and also to the island of Vava'o. However, the Crown, represented by counsel Halaivalu Alea Motua, argued that despite the Supreme Court's verdict being quashed, the Lavulavus are still subject to indictment. She stated if Lavulavu requires a variation to his previous bail conditions, he should apply in the usual way. She added that if the items seized by police will remain under police custody for the purposes of any retrial, and it is not yet decided whether to proceed with a retrial because of Lavulavu's extent complaints to the Tonga Law Society. However, there were other statements submitted in court and statements from the Lord Chief Justice about the matter in which the Lord Chief Justice refused Lavulavu's request to return his passport, permission to travel overseas, and the return of items seized by the police. His request in relation to his police record has been accepted, but his request for a letter from the court to officially declare that his record is clear from the charges was also refused. Lord Chief Justice Michael Whitten then ruled to file a notice on the 30th of last month as to whether the Crown intends to proceed with a retrial. He adds if the Crown decides to proceed, the retrial will be listed to commence on the 8th of May next year and will run for 4 weeks. The Court of Appeal quashed the Supreme Court's judgment by Justice Kuba. As such, the Lavulavu are awaiting whether the Crown decides for a retrial or not.
It will be a heartbreaking Christmas for the family of Talanoa Lemoto, who will not be united with their loved one this Christmas. The family have been grieving the death of Talanoa Lemoto since his body was found or discovered on Tuesday afternoon this week. A reliable source from the immediate family told Radio Tonga News this morning they are still awaiting information from police on the results of the investigation because while they are grieving over the loss of their loved one, they are hopeful Lemoto will be laid to rest in peace. They were also concerned with how police handled the body at the wharf, saying the police should have protected the area with care and respect for the deceased and his family. The concern from the immediate family is because videos of how his body was found along with his vehicle has now gone viral on social media, which the family says these footages are inappropriate and it is hard to control people from sharing these footage online. The immediate family says that they understand the work carried out by police, but they are concerned for the dignity of the deceased, especially with the footages of his body being shared online. The immediate family also says it was unexpected for them to have lost such a loved one, whom they will not be spending Christmas with. However, they are hopeful for the results of the investigation conducted by the police, along with related stakeholders. Meanwhile, the Chief Superintendent of the Nuku'alofa Police Station, Felipe Fifita, says they have high respect for the deceased and his family at this time, and says they did their best with the little resources and the short amount of time they had while handling his body. The investigation needs a lot of time, including the autopsy conducted, to identify the actual cause of his death. As of now, Lemoto's body is still at Vaila Hospital, while investigations continue as to how his body was found at the boot of his vehicle. The investigations includes interrogating staff of the workplaces around the area known as Wafufaua at Tongatapu. It is not known how long the investigation will take, but Fifita says once the post-mortem is complete, the body of the deceased will be released to his family while investigations continue. Fifita also says that they are working together with the family on the case as they provide brief information and the latest update to the immediate family. On the investigation, however, the information released to the public is limited because of the sensitivity of the issue. The deceased 35-year-old Talanoa Limoto went missing since last Wednesday evening, and his body was found on Tuesday this week at Tongatapu. The Women and Children's Crisis Center presented Christmas gifts to children from Mango and Atata yesterday. The director of the Women and the Children's Crisis Center of Likiliki says this is one of the ways they could reach out and help with children whose parents are financially constrained due to the January event. It is almost a year since the eruption occurred, with many families, including Mango and Atata, still living in church halls in Nuku'alofa. Likiliki says they have been providing counseling to the mothers of the children, and from there, they decided to present Christmas gifts and presents to their children. Likiliki adds that although these children are without homes at the moment, but she hopes the gifts presented them will help them feel they are loved this Christmas. Presenting the gifts to the children was international renowned artist Tenel, who is currently in Tonga. Tenel says she is blessed to be able to present these gifts to children whose homes have been displaced from the tsunami and hopes they will feel the spirit of Christmas wherever they are. The gifts presented include new clothes from Dame Valerie Adams along with other gifts. More than 30 children from Mango and Atata were presented with these gifts.
To you. Love you guys. Thank you.
And it is best to spend more time with your family and loved ones as life is too short. That was the encouragement from Samoan singer who is currently in Tonga, Tenel Luafalemana. Tenel was in Tonga to fundraise to help families support their education for their children. Let's take a look. It is the first time for Tenel to visit Tonga. In an exclusive interview with radio and television Tonga News, Tenel says the purpose of her visit to Tonga is to be able to strengthen local artists and those who are passionate about singing to be able to develop their talents. Tenel, 34 years old, is a Samoan woman who now lives with her family in the US and is happy to be able to visit her home country's neighboring country of Tonga. During her time in Tonga, Tenel held a concert at the Atele Indoor Stadium last Friday.
The reason I came to Tonga was to do a benefit concert where we plant the seeds, of getting to know business owners here on island and locally owned businesses, where we can meet people and they can really feel who I am as a person, not just an artist, because most people see me as Tenel, but I'm Tenel on the stage and Tenel off the stage. I'm the same person. And so I wanted Tonga to feel me that way, where I'm just me. I'm Polynesian. I'm just like you. And so we wanted to do a show where we sponsor kids for their education. And so we sponsored 33 kids for their education for the whole year because I have so many people to uplift, like those kids that we just spoke to, they don't know who I am, and I like it that way. But that's how I started, and that's why I'm still here. I never do it for the money. I never do things for fame. And I feel like that's why God keeps me here and keeps me grounded and kept me kind of just going, And so I'm thankful, yeah.
Tenel has worked with other Pacific artists such as George Fiji Veikoso and Common Kings before venturing off as an individual artist. However, Tenel is looking forward to coming back next year. Despite the challenges she faced, she hopes to be able to inspire more women in the music industry.
But being a woman in the music industry is a definitely challenging thing. But anything challenges you, I feel like if it's not challenging, then it's not worth it. if it's not hard work, then you're not gonna appreciate it, you know. So I work hard, and I feel like I've had challenges more in my personal life than my music life. That I'm music career and all of the drama and the challenges, they don't really challenge me that much because my life, my upbringing was challenging enough. It outweighs that, you know. So I think God brings you through things so that you can face your gifts and know how to handle them and how to react to situations. And so, yeah, my perception on life is very different now. Is to pray. That's number one, is prayer and fasting. Number two is to take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others. And in our culture, we take care of others first and then ourselves last. And that's why our health in our Polynesian community is so bad, you know. And I know that's our culture thing, which I grew up on it, you know, but even with my health nowadays, I have to be careful and take care of myself, or I can't take care of my dad, you know. If my dad doesn't have me, who does he have, you know? And so, you know, we have to take care of ourselves. So God's first, yourself is second, and then your family is third. I know that's hard for everyone to believe and receive as us being Polynesians, but it's very important to take care of your mind, your body, and your spirit, you know. Protect your spirit, protect your mind, and, you know, everybody goes through crazy things in life, and you never know what somebody else is going through. So, you know, be nice.
This is one of Chanel's songs, 50-50. Such as Flavor, 50-50, Island King, and others are known to many in Tonga. However, Chanel left today for Samoa. Now, before we part, as a final look at tonight's top stories. 350 students received certificates and diplomas at his graduation ceremony. Supreme Court declines Etuate Lavalavo's request to clear his crime records from his police record, and the Samoan singer Chanel encourages people to spend more time with their families and loved ones. That's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Malia Guttenwell. Have a blessed evening.